Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level speaking lesson about natural disasters. I'm going to be writing a number of speaking prompts where you can practice your speaking skills. And if you'd like some feedback, I'd invite you to either record your answers either with an audio clip or through TikTok or Instagram. And there'll be a link in the description to this video that will show where you can post your speaking responses to the prompts, and I'll be glad to give you some feedback. All right, so natural disasters. Does your country or region suffer from any natural disasters? What is the worst natural disaster to have occurred in your city or region? And from which natural disaster is your country most at risk? And here are some pictures, and see if you can identify what these natural disasters are. We have hurricanes, bushfires or forest fires, mudslide, flood, earthquake, and drought. So nature can be violent. Do you know what causes some natural disasters? And do you know any regions that are susceptible to earthquakes? All right, so now we're going to look at some definitions. See if you can match the words with their definitions. You can pause the video, try these on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check the answers. So something that results from an event, especially one of a disastrous or unfortunate nature, would be the aftermath. The search for and provision of aid to people who are in distress or imminent danger, that is search and rescue. A person who continues to function or prosper in spite of opposition, hardship, or setbacks is a survivor. An organization dedicated to distributing aid and offering assistance is an aid agency. And any person or thing that is harmed or destroyed as a result of some act or event is a casualty. So which aid agencies are you familiar with? What can happen in the aftermath of a disaster if aid does not arrive? And do you know of a natural disaster for which there were no casualties? Right, now think about these words. In which way are these words associated with natural disasters? We have catastrophe, to collapse, emergency, destruction, ruin, and tragedy. And here's some other questions you can think about. Is there a difference between a disaster and a catastrophe? Can something be an emergency but not a disaster? What is something that has been ruined by a disaster? And what is the most common type of destruction in a flood, a drought, or an earthquake? So again, no right or wrong answers, just some questions to think about. So do you think that humans are in some ways responsible for creating natural disasters? And what are some ways in which governments and people can better prepare for natural disasters? How do non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and governments respond to natural disasters? And humans often live in areas where natural disasters occur regularly. Why do you think this is so? So what do you think have been the world's deadliest natural disasters? And do you know of any historic natural disasters? Now discuss this quote. While natural disasters capture headlines and national attention short term, the work of recovery and rebuilding is long term, and that's Sylvia Matthews Burwell. So what's your opinion? What is the author trying to say here? Do you think this is a criticism of how the international community reacts? Do you think that rich countries have an obligation to assist poorer countries recover from natural disasters? Here's another quote. Growing up, we were taught over and over again what steps to take in case of an approaching tornado. Listen for sirens, go to your basement or cellar, or a closet in the center of your house, duck and cover, wait it out. We had drills twice a year, every year in school. We talked about it in class. We talked about it at home. The newscasters reminded us. We went to the basement. We practiced, but we'd never, not once, discussed what to do after. That's by Jennifer Brown, Torn Away. So what information can you see on this table? So it looks like perhaps the number of casualties or injuries affected in the natural disaster. The second column is the types of natural disasters, the country that was affected, and the year in which these occurred. The most well-known natural disasters of ancient times is the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, which buried Pompeii under ash and mud. Today, not far from Vesuvius is situated the city of Naples, with a population of more than 3 million. It is the most densely populated volcanic region, and it remains one of the most dangerous volcanoes in the world. So why do you think that people still live near Vesuvius, even when the volcano has erupted 3 times in the 20th century? Again, you can either write your comments, write your answers, leave them in the comments, or record them on TikTok or Instagram and post them. And I invite everyone to do that and give each other feedback. And I'll be glad to give feedback as well. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, participate with your responses to the prompts, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.